Well, welcome. This is my episode on snowshoes. Since we just got a nice little dumping of snow here in an area on the edge of the Canadian Shield just north of Highway 7, I'm in a little bit of a red pine stand. You can see in the background. Today it's a beautiful day. It's about -7, -8. We've got a little bit of sunshine peeking through, but it's not completely clear. Absolutely gorgeous day. For me, the standards, this would be a beautiful day to go snowshoeing. So I thought, what a better day to talk about it. I'm going to be showing you some different types of snowshoes. I'll probably talk a little bit about the history along the way. And there are all kinds of cool advantages to using snowshoes these days, especially a lot of the multi-purpose trails in town, in various towns across Canada. You can actually strap on some snowshoes, you get less slipping, you have better traction, and with some of the more modern snowshoes today, they're actually quite light and will fit pretty much any boot that you want to wear. So probably about 5 to 10 years ago, if not a little longer, snowshoes took on a whole new look. They've gotten away from the wooden hide materials that are used in the more traditional snowshoe, and they've moved into more of a aluminum frame and synthetic or plastics, depending on the quality of your snowshoe that you're buying, that are synthetic materials that are used to provide the flotation. This snowshoe is fabulous. It's great for about 150 to 200 pound person. You can get them, of course, smaller for children and bigger for bigger adults. I did bring a bigger pair. These ones are fabulous if you're working and you have to actually do a lot of traveling in the forest or in and out of a heavily snowed area. Much more flotation to this. This one's up to 300 pounds of flotation. They can have a slightly smaller build to them or frame to them because there are no holes in here. So they are helping to hold, they don't sink as much and they help to hold you up. I'm still an old school person and I really like using my traditional wood snowshoes, but these, since I've tried them out, they're actually fabulous for traveling along trails that may have been trodden on before, as well as groomed trails where there's multi-purpose uses. So these are great. They keep you from slipping. They have really good grip, and the bindings are really good for getting your typical snow boot in there and to lock in without very much adjustment compared to the old one. All right, so now we're going to put the snowshoes on. It's very important that they're put on properly. Nothing worse than going down the trail and having your snowshoe fall off, or having things too tight or uncomfortable, or just not put on right, because that can really spoil the trip a little bit. You want to do it right the first time. So I'm just wearing standard snow boots that I've picked up at a Mark's Work Warehouse. We'll do a whole other issue on what I'm wearing and why another time, whole episode. Anyway, so the harness has 3 harnesses in this case, where you just loosen off the back harness or the heel harness. The 2 toe harnesses, the front toe and the back toe, or the bridge of the foot, these help to hold you in place. You want to make sure that when you put your foot into the snowshoe that it sits, your ball of your foot is on the hinge part or right there. You don't want to be too far forward because then you're digging in and your toe is going to obstruct the clips. Or if you're too far back, then they're not going to tighten enough on your foot. Okay, so we loosen them off by pressing down and pulling out this piece. So this little piece inside helps you to quick release. Then we get my big foot into the harness of the snowshoe. Okay, I think I loosened it enough. Yeah, there we go. So then you just lift and catch. Lift and catch. And that will help to tighten and move forward just through a simple method to tighten that down. And I like a snug snowshoe. Then the back, give that a yank. The little pin goes in and you're in. And that's how simple it is to put on. Okay, so I have one snowshoe on. Now the fun part is always getting the second snowshoe on. Often that requires a little bit of balance and skill. I've loosened off all my harness. Now I'm going to wiggle my toe up in there. Oops. Sometimes things happen that you don't expect. That's just come apart. And for the person who doesn't know about the snowshoes, would wonder, what do I do? Well, it's easy. You just slip it back in. These snowshoes today are so much easier to use. Let me get that back in there. Just like so. It's always good when these things happen on camera, eh? So, second snowshoe going on, and then I'm going to do a little bit of a demonstration. Someday you'll get a chance to try them. There are many outdoor centers and many facilities and some parks now that have winter activities that you can check out, and you can rent snowshoes. Places like Mountain Equipment Co-op and facilities like that rent out these sorts of things. So I've got my trusty new Atlas snowshoes on, and I'm gonna just walk off into the snowy area here just so you can see how it works. Keeping in mind that you do have something a little wider than you're used to, so your walk is a little wider, and if you're not used to snowshoeing for long distances, you have to build up to that, because you can actually, there's muscles that you can actually pull a little bit, and if you try walking for too long, which I've experienced in the past, and I'm not used to it, then you can actually pull these muscles and they can hurt a little bit. So this is Trooper Girl signing off on our snowshoe expedition. I got my day pack, I got a little bit of water and all sorts of stuff, and I'm gonna head off now and have a lovely trek into the forest. See ya.
I share.